So I figured that before I progress and dive into the world of being an AniTuber, I would like to state where I am now to show my personal growth in the future. So I'll be talking about my top 10 favorite anime. It is a very hard decision to rank them, but gosh dang it, I did it eventually. I definitely expect it to change, so 1 year from now, I'll do another top 10 anime video, regardless of how the channel has or hasn't grown. Keep in mind though, this is all based on opinion, as most of my videos seem to be, so if you don't see an anime that you really like, let me know down in the comments, and we can discuss how much of an uncultured swine I am. But without further ado, let's get into it!
Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Johnny, and welcome to Let's Talk Anime.
So starting with number 10, we have The Promised Neverland. Oh my gosh! This show is a must-see. It is the Chicken Run of anime, and I freaking loved Chicken Run as a kid. Basically, we follow 3 kids, Emma, Norman, and Ray, and they discovered that this orphanage that they live in is really a farm for humans that is run by brain-eating demons, and they try to come up with a plan to escape. There are so many intense situations and mysteries that take place as the 3 of them do all this while trying not to get caught by Mother Dearest. I don't want to talk about spoilers in this video, but there are so many points in the series where I shuddered for one reason and another. It freaking gives me chills in a good way, fam. And the ending was not one I expected, but I felt hyped up. I feel like one of the best things that they did in The Promised Neverland is portraying the emotions of the character, and in turn, we felt those emotions. We felt their anger, their fear, their pride, and even their hope all throughout the series. And that's why I loved it so much. I connected to these kids in a way I never thought I would with any show. Number 8 is Rise of the Shield Hero. It's a great anime that takes the optimistic, hardworking anime protagonist and stomps him into the dirt. I love that they made Naofumi a rough character who doesn't give a crap. It's a different and fresh look on the isekai genre. Naofumi has some of the best teammates as well. Best Girl Ralph Talia, Philo, and Melty all have traits that make them all stand out, and they are all lovable. I would also like to point out that Ralph Talia is one of the few shonen women that actually useful. Suck it, Sakura! Number 7 is The 7 Deadly Sins. Meliodas, you tortured soul. It's a good thing you don't love Elizabeth for her voice. I'm sorry. I had to mention it, but hey, at least it's not Asta's voice. Anyway, I love the 7 Deadly Sins anime. I haven't read the manga, and that's my sin to bear, but I love the story so far. One of the things I notice about it that no one else seems to have noticed is that the heroes are sinners. Wow, good job, Johnny. You are clearly the intellectual genius that we all strive to be but will never become. Wow, you've become really sarcastic since my comfort video. But let me explain what I mean. What do most people think about when they hear the word hero? Most people think they are people who fight for truth, justice, and the insert country here because this is 2019 and I don't discriminate way. However, the 7 Deadly Sins are shown not to be perfect. They are famous for the sins they have committed, reminding everyone that no one is perfect. Not even our heroes. We all have done things that we are not proud of, myself included. But it's looking past those times and growing as a person that really matters. In the training arc, Meliodas had to overcome his wrath to control the power he had stored away so he won't do what he had done in the past again. It's a story of redemption, and it's one that I really enjoy. Number 6 is Black Clover. Black Clover is an anime about Asta, someone with no magical talent despite literally everyone else in the world being able to use magic. However, his weakness becomes his strength when he unlocks the power of the 5-leaf Clover Grimoire. Most shonen would probably give him a super crazy ability that gives him an edge in the world he is in, but that is what makes this show so great. The power of the 5-leaf Clover Grimoire grants him magic swords infused with anti-magic. He can cut through virtually any spell, however it's restricted to being close range attacks, whereas most spells are long range. This anime focuses on fighting smarter instead of harder. Teamwork makes the dream work and all that jazz. The overall theme of this anime is definitely discrimination of any kind. Most of the royalty and nobles are extremely powerful and constantly look down on everyone, and it is really satisfying when they get smacked into the dirt. Number 5 is One Piece. Disclaimer, by the time this video is up, it will most likely be higher, as just a few days before writing this script, it wasn't even in my top 10, and it just keeps getting better. Heck, I even changed it as I'm writing this script. I love Luffy and the rest of the Straw Hats. I love the whole theme of being free and just doing what you love and chasing your dreams, having adventures. That is something I would love to do if I was able to. That sounds a bit selfish of me to say, but honestly, who doesn't want to go off and have almost no responsibility? Only chasing your dreams, having adventures, being with friends. I love how every Straw Hat pirate has a dream. They all have the potential of being a main character, and they're all so unique in their own way. I love the themes of just being nice to everyone despite their background. I, myself, was bullied a lot in elementary school, and up until sophomore year. I feel a connection to all the Straw Hats because I felt like an outcast of society just for being different. Plus, they each have their own dreams and goals, like I said before. Just like them, I too have a dream. I want to write a manga and publish it someday. Watching them work towards their goals gives me the inspiration to keep chasing my dreams, and it is why I feel a strong connection to One Piece. I may be behind a lot on the anime, but I will catch up. Number 4 is One Punch Man! Yeah. How can you not love this show? This was the 3rd anime I watched, and I instantly fell in love with it in the first minute of the show. At first, I was skeptical about it, but I mean, he beats everyone in one punch. Where's the entertainment in that? Comedy. And the psychology of the characters, actually. A YouTuber I watched called Nuxtaku opened my eyes into the world of psychoanalyzing anime characters. And the depression and lack of motivation that Saitama has speaks to me on a spiritual level. I truly agree with him when he said that Saitama is the hero for our generation. It's kind of strange how we all can relate to a guy that could probably one-punch the universe if he felt like it. Of course, his power doesn't compare to that of Lord Twigo-sama. Number 3 is My Hero Academia. After a year of watching anime, I started hearing that a new superhero anime was starting up. That by itself piqued my interest. Before I had started anime, I was huge into the superhero genre. I read a lot of comics and participated in many debates, and this anime is the best of both worlds. I honestly relate to Midoriya a lot. He's a freaking fanboy that wants to be a hero. I'm a freaking fanboy that wants to make heroes. He was bullied in middle school because of his passions. I was bullied in middle school because of my passions. He's basically a smarter version of me. This story alone inspires hope for me. It tells me that as long as I can stick to my beliefs and keeps working towards my goals, I can make my dream come true. Number 2 is Naruto. I binged watched that show and finished it in 3 months, and that includes Shippuden. I liked the plot for the most part. There are still a few plot holes in the story. I had a blast though. But honestly, that's all that matters when you're making a show. You can relate to a character of a story with an interesting plot, but if you don't have fun, you aren't gonna watch it. I really enjoyed the fights. Naruto versus Pain is my favorite, and Pain is my favorite villain. Don't at me. Another thing I liked a lot about Naruto is the theme about bonds. It is one of the animes that I feel portray unbreakable bonds the best. Yes, Sasuke is the center of those theme, despite him not wanting to be. But no one understands Sasuke! Leave him alone. Go bother Sakura. She doesn't deserve him. Before we make it to my favorite anime, let's take a look at some honorable mentions. Mob Psycho 100. I love the characters and the narrative. If you like One Punch Man, this is a show I definitely recommend. Hunter x Hunter. I have just started Hunter x Hunter, and I realize it does get better after the next few arcs, but for the time being, I'm not gonna rank it in my top 10, though it's definitely in my top 20. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I can't say it right. Nux, you need to say it right for me, because I can't say it right. The second anime I watched and I absolutely love. It's definitely a must-see. And newcomer Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba. It's a great anime, though you probably need to see the first 5 episodes to really get hooked. But the animation is superb. And now, women and gentlewomen, the time is now to reveal my top favorite anime of all time as of right now. Drum roll, please. The answer is Comfort! Hey! Whoa! Whoa! Hey! Hey! Stop that! Stop that! It was a joke! It was a joke! Put down that pitchfork and torch! No, but in all seriousness, my number 1 spot goes to Fairy Tail. That's right, I freaking love Fairy Tail over Naruto and One Piece, and I will stand by that for now because One Piece is quickly catching up to it. The reason I love Fairy Tail is mainly because of the hype it makes and the theme of being a family. The characters are crazy and quirky, the plot is fun, the fights are great, and I get a sense of nostalgia as it is my gateway anime. Not Naruto, not Pokemon, or Digimon. Fairy Tail. I graduated high school at the time and was starting to feel a bit of depression and fear. Part of my anxiety, I guess. My friend Jared has been trying to convince me to watch anime, and one boring day I thought, screw it, I'm gonna try watching anime. Why Fairy Tail? Because I watched Screw Attack's death battle of Natsu vs. Ace, and Natsu intrigued me. So I looked up the first episode and I couldn't stop laughing! It brought me a bit of well-needed laughter and enjoyment in a dark time for me. It may be heavily biased, but that's the point of this list, so suck it up. I feel like I don't really relate to anyone in the Fairy Tail Guild a whole lot, but the show makes me feel like I belong there, and I realize there's quite a bit of hate for it, and I know it is far from perfect, but I enjoy it a lot, and that's all that matters. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you can accept my list, and if you can't, well, stick around for another year by subscribing and ringing that bell. The list will change! And if you have any suggestions, please, please, please let me know in the comments or on Twitter. Links to my Twitter and Instagram are in the description, and I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say about my list. I'll see you guys next time.